In today's video, I'm going to show you how to animate in Tinkercad using a simple physics and simulation workflow. This is a really useful trick if you want your 3D objects to move, fall, interact, or look animated without needing a complicated animation program. It's especially helpful for students, makers, and beginners who want to bring their Tinkercad projects to life fast. If this tutorial helps you out, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this one. All right, let's jump right in. First, open your Tinkercad project and make sure you're inside the 3D design workspace. This is where your model is created and prepared before you animate it. If you already have shapes on the work plane, that's perfect. If not, you can quickly add a few basic objects like blocks, spheres, or cylinders so you have something to test the animation with. Now, to start animating in Tinkercad, look toward the top right area of the interface. You should see an icon that looks like an apple or a falling shape, depending on your version. Click that icon to open SimLab or the physics simulation mode. This is the part of Tinkercad that lets your objects behave more like real-world items instead of static models. Once you're inside the simulation area, the next step is to set the physics for each object. Click on one of your shapes, and then use the inspector panel to choose whether it should be dynamic or static. A dynamic object will move, fall, or react when the simulation runs. A static object stays in place, which is perfect for things like floors, walls, platforms, or anything you want to remain fixed. This is where the animation starts to come alive. Think of static as your background or base, and dynamic as the parts you want to move. For example, if you place a block above a platform and set the block to dynamic, it will drop when the simulation begins. If you set the platform to static, it will stay still and support the block. That simple setup already creates a basic animated effect. Now click play at the bottom of the screen. As the simulation runs, your objects will respond to gravity and physics. You can click and drag objects while the simulation is active to throw them, push them, or move them around. This makes it possible to create motion that feels more natural and dynamic. Even though Tinkercad is not a full animation studio, this method gives you a great way to make your designs feel alive. If you want better results, try arranging multiple objects before pressing play. For example, stack a few blocks, place a ball on top, or build a small scene where pieces can fall, slide, or bounce. The more thoughtfully you arrange the objects, the more interesting the animation will look when the simulation starts. You can experiment with different shapes and positions until you get the effect you want. It's also a good idea to test different combinations of dynamic and static objects. If everything is set to dynamic, your model may collapse too quickly. If everything is static, nothing will move at all. The best approach is to mix both types so your scene has structure and movement. That balance is what makes the animation look intentional. One important thing to remember is that Tinkercad does not have a built-in render video button for exporting a finished animation file. So if you want to save your motion as a video, the easiest method is to use a screen recorder. Start recording before you press play. Let the simulation run and capture the movement on your screen. That way you can turn your Tinkercad animation into a video clip for presentations, school projects, or social media. If you want, you can also record multiple takes and choose the best one later. This is especially useful if your objects don't move the way you expected on the first try. Just stop the simulation, adjust the scene, and record again until you get the result you want. With a little practice, this becomes a very fast and easy workflow. So to quickly recap, the process is simple. Open SimLab from the top right icon, set your objects to dynamic or static, press play, interact with the model to create motion, and record the screen to save the animation. That's the easiest way to animate in Tinkercad using the tools that are already built in. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more beginner-friendly tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.